of the delegates needed to win the Republican nomination, but the other candidates don't appear to be backing down yet. Political science professor Jason Johnson is back. You were just a hit on Twitter. They loved you. And he's going to give us some looks, through his eyes as a political professor about the results from yesterday. So, okay, so we're halfway there. So why was this supposedly a really big win then for Mitt Romney?
This is one of the largest wins that Mitt Romney's actually gotten. He actually sort of looks like a front runner for the first time probably since the beginning of the year. So he's happy. He still spent a ton of money, but he sounded calm. I mean, in his victory speech, he was talking about Barack Obama. He wasn't talking about the party coalescing around him. So this is a huge victory from him. Bad news for everybody else on the list.
Okay, bad news for, I would imagine, people like Newt Gingrich,
yes,
who still had something to say that we just heard in the last few blocks here. So he makes a big deal about Romney outspending his opponent 7-1.
Right.
But I don't know. Is that a big deal? I mean, don't you need money then to go up against the Democrats?
You know, it's the kind of complaint that losers always make. I mean, that's pretty much what Newt Gingrich is doing. He's like, oh, well, he's only winning because of the money. Well, there is some value to this because in the fall, he's not going to have more money than Barack Obama. He's not going to be able to outspend Barack Obama in Maryland, in Illinois, in New York City, in Georgia. So, Gingrich is kind of making a point, but it's really sour grapes for a guy who just can't get a foothold.
Okay. One of your articles this week, you had compared, we like to say here, we like to talk more about people, not politics. Well, you took the race and you kind of compared it to Peyton Manning and Tim Tebow. So for our football lovers who don't like politics, make sense of it.
Look, it's really simple. It's like Tim Tebow is kind of like Rick Santorum, this conservative guy that everybody loves. He's got a lot of flaws, but somehow he can still win. But, Mitt Romney, he's your Peyton Manning. If you want to win, if Republicans want to win in the fall, you got to get Mitt Romney. Now, look, Peyton and Mitt Romney, they have spine problems. Peyton's had surgery. Mitt Romney has no spine. But in the end, if you want to win, if Denver wants to win, they got to go with him. And if the Republicans want to win, they got to go with Mitt Romney. It's the only way to go.
And maybe both have $95 million now in their contracts.
Exactly. It's still going to be a Hail Mary. It's still going to be difficult, but Mitt Romney's a better choice.
With Mitt Romney and Rick Santorum, the two people who got most of the votes in Illinois, what are you noticing about the exit polls, about their appeal, and who they're appealing to now in this race?
Look, they're not expanding their appeal at all. I mean, that's the problem. You got Rick Santorum. It's conservative evangelicals. I mean, the guy, he alienates women with his choice opinions. He alienates young people by saying he's against porn now. I mean, there's no way that Rick Santorum is expanding his base. Mitt Romney, it's the same thing. He does well with people who make over $200,000 a year. They have got to expand their base. They got to get more regular folks involved if they're going to beat Obama in the fall.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And he's going to be back in about an hour.
Yes.
Great to have you. So you're in this job interview.